This is Colin. I'm here today on the weekly AMA with Unix. Mirko, welcome once more. We had the pleasure last week. Hopefully today we're going to keep it a little bit shorter, if you don't mind. We spoke about some gaming projects we were going to hopefully cover today, right? Some interesting projects coming to Unix in general, but obviously you look at a lot of projects yourself. What is basically your first point, if you would say any hot gaming project out there right now where you would say everybody should be aware of this?
I think there's some pretty good games really entering the market, and this is, I think, from material, it's like closer to AAA. Like if everybody say AAA, but there's like, for example, Shrapnel. We talked about it privately. Shrapnel, the shooter, because like I had it in the Paul Barron show as well. Like you need to see what is dominant in the traditional market. You just need to open Twitch, and the most played games are shooter, FPS, and MOBA. So you have like, I think in the top 3 there is Valorant, Apex Legend, Battlefield or Counter-Strike, something like that, and then you have League of Legends, Dota, then in RPG, Lost Ark is there. So that's, I think, should be like kind of the games, or like the goal from all game studios who are entering the play to earn space, you know. And Shrapnel is basically there's no in-game footage. I would love to show it, but they have only the pitch deck. Let me check if I can find it. You can run through that. Yeah,
it was crazy because actually when you tweeted about it, right, I think I messaged Simon asking for, hey, you got information on Shrapnel. He said, like, I sent it to you 3 weeks ago, but you didn't reply. So I was like, oh no, that's what you get being so busy. But yeah, I did check out the website, and the team is actually quite impressive, right? So I guess the cool part.
Let me share the PDF. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I mean, Shrapnel is a real, I mean, looks like real engine. It's first of all Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, so you can imagine if someone is familiar with Battlefield, the latest title, it's going to be an awesome graphic. Backing, I mean, they have really like a few large investors here on board. They have Razer, what is very for gaming gear, a computer, everything. There's like from the traditional market there inside. The team is really, I mean, really all-star, I would say. And this is something Shroud, who's familiar with that. Shroud is one of the most, streamers out there. So he was very competitive. Counter-Strike, Cloud9, what you see, this was the clan he was playing for. But all the FPS title he played, he was always good. He have like 9.2 million people on following. And what is like, because if you talk to people from the traditional gaming space, I think this is, for me, it's good if someone is backing it from the streamer side, because the traditional gamers, a lot of people saying, yeah, this is like scam or Ponzi or, you know, play to earn. Yeah. There's a lot of, really, there's a lot of critics from the let's say audience from traditional gaming. But imagine now that you know, same with Snoop Dogg. You know, for me, Snoop Dogg is the biggest metaverse influencer out there. Yeah, and bringing him, and then people who like him, his fans, they will join the metaverse because of him, not because, you know. So they will put their second thoughts beside, and they follow their idol, or they follow their team. And if more streamers joining any games, and they're taking their range, what they have anyway, and their influence, yeah, maybe from 9.2 million, maybe not all will right away start play to earn, but 1 million is already enough joining that game.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's like, and comparing, like in Twitch, we have many of Shroud. There's Shroud, Dr. Disrespect. There's so many.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, Dr. Disrespect is really good. Yeah.
No, but it's basically
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know, right? And that's why people are like anxious with the whole play to earn crypto involvement there. And if this guy can bring the adoption, because that's basically he's just taking away the objections, he can actually show it. Yeah, I think that's definitely interesting. How did they get to him? Do you know that?
No, I think it's also a business, right? I mean, if you're a pro player, it's also business for you. And
Yeah, okay, fair
I
enough.
think, I mean, we have also for our game, we have already made connections. Basically, they come from traditional gaming market. They've been involved in top 10, 10 top 10 games, or yeah, 10 top 10 games of Steam over several years. They've been like I cannot recall all the title now, but they know a lot of Steam, and this is like, you know, Sin City on their deck was also, there was the co-founder of Twitch, you know, the co-founder of Twitch. You see in the meantime on many decks, you know. Then we had also, who's joining the gaming space was the who joined Polygon Studios was the
Oh yeah, I
from
did hear that, but I forgot where he came from.
YouTube Gaming, and he
Oh
joined
yeah.
Polygon Studios. And then the new YouTube Gaming is also on other decks. So it's really like, you know, they know that they are like this is like just I would say it's an evolution, you know, like totally normal that yes, we are early, but getting more and more of these people into the game, and Shroud as a pioneer, yeah,
Yeah, the
he is.
shift is like happening already.
Yeah, and man, to be involved in Shrapnel, and just give you a little overview here. For example, this is the land map they're having at the moment, the NFT sale. So this is kind of the map. There's in the middle, there is this like I don't know this. So you can buy all these pieces are basically have different rarity, and kind of, I don't know, this represent the map.
Looks difficult.
Somehow looks difficult, but what I want to show, so here's the classes, yeah, and definitely it reminds on Battlefield. Yeah, I think the name is cool, Shrapnel, and
Yeah, definitely.
where we are on the, yeah, here land sale. So
Oh yeah.
the land, and this is here like the VIP land. It's like one piece of land is 2.5 million. Yeah. It's like,
Holy shit. Okay.
and this land is for sure incentivizing you on the game revenue, you know? So
Oh, that's cool.
we have a meeting with them to discuss the land sale. I really don't know the bonuses for all that, but and this is like the interesting part. So they're building Shrapnel, they have a funding, plus now, and I added all the numbers here. Yeah, they're raising 150 million in NFTs.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and this is the power of freaking play to earn. You know, if you have a solid game, yeah, it's same what.
But
Yeah,
how
big
much
time.
how much you reckon that, like, if they would make, because it looks to me like it's like a little bit more than Counter-Strike in terms of the graphics and stuff, right? That's also Counter-Strike sourced like a long time ago. But let's say Call of Duty Warzone, something like this. How much does it take to make such a game? Maybe 100 million, right? To make such or like 50 million, something like this.
I really, I'm at, it's if you, so the thing is with the game, let's say, is if you take an Unreal Engine, you already have a lot of things covered. Yeah, the most part will be the character design, level design, and then the in-game mechanics. A shooter are actually not that expensive as you guessing. Yeah.
So why would they want to raise that much money?
No, because it's possible.
Because it can. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
Fair enough.
possible. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like it's same with Star Atlas. Yeah, I mean, you know, like when we started the guild, okay, our initial raise, we wanted to raise 10 million. And Star Atlas, the minimum sale, like we talked to Michael, the CEO. Yeah, and the minimum sale is 3 million. I said, what the fuck? Who is gonna buy that? You know, like who? And then, oh yeah, you will have a meeting with the CTO, and you will make your package with ships, and you know that you get basically the complete, yeah, like assortment. And I was like, but who have 3 million? Like, man, you're just like, this is like way above, and there is the money is there, you know, and this is like,
agree.
And
There's probably
also,
some like the VIP package of like 2.5 million. There must be some kind of VC that's looking for like a long-term partnership investment, maybe on the tokens as well, going for something like that. Because if they would attach the profit share to it, like on the longevity, because that's what you mentioned, right? That the land is tied to profit share model. Is
definitely,
that right?
yeah.
That's like super interesting for like, because I feel like the land these days, when Sandbox and Decentraland made that move on the land, now every game that comes out is selling land, right? It makes sense in terms of business, a quick cash grab, you have a huge cash injection. But then on the other hand, if it's just land and there's no additional utilities except, you know, you explained last week you can build on land, right? So that's already interesting. But if there's like more advanced mechanics, like thought through, like profit share, for example, right? That makes it like actually like a thorough investment opportunity, right? Instead of just, because what if I don't want to build on it? I can let somebody else build on it, but then I would want more, if that makes sense, for these kind of numbers to invest. And I would never spend like 1.5 million on fucking digital land, but you know, maybe some VC would at some point.
Yeah, I mean, like Sandbox and Decentraland, the land itself is, yes, it increased in price, of course, you know, because you had to buy it basically with mana or with Sand token. But the monetization here is also complicated, because that's what we had in the last AMA. That's why we built a game studio, but also what is building on the metaverse, because you cannot monetize your land when you're not a developer. Yeah, like basically you need to build, and while you're building on your land, and people, let's say, it can be a like, so for example, in Shrapnel, maybe I really am guessing here only, the monetization is passive. Yeah, so it's like Ember Sword or League of Kingdoms. Mavia will be also it's also a game. You heard about Mavia?
Is it like Mavia? Like Mavia?
Here I got it. Heroes of Mavia.
Yeah, I think I read a Neo Tokyo research report yesterday on it.
Yeah, it can be. And I mean, they also building the land, and it's like, it looks like Clash of Clans. It's having a crazy tokenomics. I don't have the screenshot anymore. It's really like the craziest tokenomics I ever saw, like the ecosystem. But huge backing, and the land is also, it's basically kind of monetization. So Ember Sword the same. Ember Sword is free to play. Mavia, you own the land. What happened on your land? There's kind of a monetization. League of Kingdoms, what is already older, already since June it's live. Same, you own the land, you have kind of a fee on that, you know. And then it's like it's a long-term place for some of these lands, because you definitely the ROI is takes some time, but depends on really on the popularity. Because I mean, if you buy a land now and the demand is high, you will have also just on the value increase already like a larger profit. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this in regards to land, because I think with the land specifically, if we take into consideration that most of these games at the end, we're looking at a 4 to 5 year runway, right? A lot of these games will fall off the bandwagon along the way, right? They will either, you know, anything from lack of funding to internal problems with the team, right? Co-founders have a fight. Some of these games will no longer assist. After the initial raise has occurred and they have done the IDO, all the rounds have been completed, what would you say are like perhaps the main elements to look for if the land sale is like a viable entry? For, let's say, for the guild, what would you consider and what would you not consider? What would be like things you would be looking at?
When everything already been done, TGE or the
Yeah,
runs.
because usually the land sale happens after TGE, right? Usually it's like the first follow-up thing.
It really depends. Like, yeah, but in most cases, yes, you're right. You have the TGE and then you have the land. But I mean, it's like a little bit considering what is the hype about the game. I mean, for Mavia, I believe you can if you buy land. For me, it's a good call. I have searching OpenSea for the last 2 weeks for Mavia. I get some. I just can quick show the cap table. You know,
Sure.
sorry, the backers, and this is something very interesting. Like, for example, here we have Binance Labs, Genblock Capital, Delphi, and Bitkraft. And there's one important thing. If Delphi is somewhere involved, so but usually they take over the tokenomics. Yeah, it's very simple. Yield Guild, for example, Delphi, when Yield Guild was funded, Delphi was in the seed round. They did the whole legal part plus the tokenomics. Delphi was involved in Axie Infinity for the tokenomics. And Delphi is basically there. Yes, they're a fund, but they are like really, that's their business. And
Right.
usually when they're involved, for me, that's a no-brainer. I mean, there's more. It's like Pantera, Alameda Research, Three Arrows. This is like really pure VC. There's not really like this. Yes, they're supporting as well. But and that's why Mavia, from tokenomics wise, I believe that this one it's gonna be super successful. And there's so many supporters. Yeah, Yield Guild, Merit Cycle, large guilds.
Right. How would Delphi differentiate from, for example, from Animoca? Because Animoca is definitely, in terms of the audience and the reach, something that investors usually look at. But when you see the amount of investments they're doing, the spread that they're currently doing, basically any cap table Animoca is there, unlike the medium, larger games. What do you think about that?
Animoca also supporting, but Delphi, you know, it's like how you want to be. It's like, so for example, Lamborghini, yeah, they don't make commercials, you know, because they don't need to. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
and this is for me a little bit Delphi. Animoca is they just have a very smart investment strategy. So their investment usually is 250K. They drop everywhere, you know, because it's very simple mathematics. So you invest in 10 projects, 3 fail, 7 win, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
That's their quota. I'm not pretty sure. But one advisor of Animoca, he is in Bali, so we meet from time to time. And he said, like, we write a check 250K. This is like nothing. And what is Animoca doing is they're doing fund the fund, you know, so the fund itself, they are not raising so much money. So just other VCs, they investing as the fund name, like into Animoca. And Delphi, they're just like, that's Delphi. So Delphi and Bitkraft, these are two. And again, it's for me, it's like super, this is a Bitkraft. They don't invest much. But Delphi and Bitkraft together, no brainer. If Animoca supports, yes, but Animoca is like, it's like everywhere. So what does it tell you? Is the project good now because Animoca is in? You know what I mean? And but right. So you have exactly. you have a few where you can say, okay, that must be something, you know, like, and we talk just about the backing, you know, because that's not all, right? I mean, gameplay and the team itself, they need to be like people who also can drive the project, because the VC, yes, he bring the money, maybe legal and tokenomics, but then, yeah, and of course, like we talked to one project, XO Adventures, it's a protocol. Okay. And that's sometimes the thing where, like, I would love to have Delphi on in our round, you know, when we start raising. But for example, on Zero X Adventures, they have, I think, 3 Arrows, Alameda, and they need to talk about strategy with them, you know, so they are not can decide by themselves. You know, like they, and it is like every VC bring a little bit like bonus, but also maybe disadvantage, because they are your supporters and but going back to Mavia, because we talk now a lot about the VCs, except the audience like that. Mavia definitely. I can quick go to OpenSea. I just closed and the floor price.
Is the land still going, or it has all been minted out and now it's just secondary?
That's, to be honest, I'm not pretty sure. It's I think the land sale was closed. Let me quick check on their website. It was pretty fast sold.
You bought a couple of OpenSea, yeah?
Yeah. Personally, not with Unix. The minting is done. And then you also can stake the land. It's coming soon. So, and this is another utility. And then maybe you can farm the Ruby token. But Mavia, if they could be an awesome land investment, really. Like you need to go, I think today, to go through the tokenomics. It's too much, but I can look when I find them. I will drop them in the Discord.
Yes, please. Tom is saying that the only way to get the land non-secondary is the Binance is doing a raffle still. And I think on this type of game, there will be probably 100,000 participants or more.
If it's unlikely. On Binance, man, it's like unlikely. And there's so many projects, right? They're listing on Binance because they want to get a name and exposure. But it's harms. Titan Arena, they had their mystery box sale on Binance, and bots basically bought the whole supply. And they've been the community was so upset. You know what I mean? It's like, right. So Binance is a blessing, but also, it can go very wrong,
So yeah, most likely, I'm not the one for raffles anyway. I think if I need to participate in a raffle, I didn't put in enough work to get what I wanted, right? Because usually you can get there before then. With the land, what is the price ish of the land?
0.8.
0.8. Okay, still doable.
But this is again also different categories. Yeah, you have common, rare, legendary. And the legendary is even not too expensive. I see the last sale was 4 ETH. And I see here, Thomas just said like there was 1,000 spots for, for land. It's nothing. And then also Joe's a big time studio VIP passes, mystery boxes were sold. Yeah, man, it's like, and then the question, like what you want? You want to just get sold out? Yes, of course, as a project, or you want to give to the community. It's like, it's very difficult. I would always consider like Binance and your own marketplace, so you have at least like kind of a backup.
Do they allow that though?
It depends how exclusive Binance wanted. But I remember from Cyball, and Cyball is the next, it's a game with a very interesting scholarship program. Cyball had a triple IGO drop. So they've been on Binance, on GuildFi, and one more on their own website. So it really depends what Binance want with you. Big Time, I don't remember. They've been exclusive on Binance, and then Big Time later on, they had their own spaces sale on their website. But also there it's like super fast sold. But they still like in Big Time's case, they had still, I think, because they approach us, and also some of the Tokyo guys, they talked to Big Time, and they still had to sell around 2.5 million, and they tried to sell it everywhere, really like desperate. Right. And then I connected them with a few guilds, that they get a few spaces, because spaces also at the end, and if you talk about gaming, is the only source how you can earn money. Because with the spaces, you can basically, it's the land, and on that land, you can build a forge, and with the forge, you can build items, and these items can generate the token. So if you don't have items, if you don't have spaces, then there's, except of course you can find and so on tokens, but I really don't know much about the gameplay.
The only thing I know about the gameplay, that it looked quite good when they showed the demos and everything.
Yeah, but also like It's big time now is like startless. It's like already nobody at the moment talk about big time startless. It's still, we know, okay, they're major title, but are they really major title with the title what is now upcoming? You know, so I mean, we bought spaces, but we had guild sale minus 30%. You know, we bought like 800K on spaces. It's like, for us, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, like when they wanted to sell us again, I said, why? I have no. Why should I sell now for more? Like I believe that the spaces are valuable, but I need to also monetize I think we have 5,000. Yeah, almost 5,000 spaces. I need to monetize them. You know, so. Yeah, big time looks War of Warcraft MMO. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. Big time.
I looked at Demi online, I think last week. That's like literally a World of Warcraft copy almost.
Yeah.
Did you see that one? And it's mean like these things in terms of what you just mentioned with the hype titles and then the drop. I mean, like Sidus, of course, we discussed that last week. Star Atlas. Big time. What about Sin City rebranding to Mopland? Basically, the hype. It's like these guys do basically the TGE. Then obviously from private to TGE, there's hype. They build the hype to the next NFT wave. And then what Side is trying to do to maintain the hype, I feel like, is just do NFT drop after NFT drop, right? Every time 6 weeks in between to keep the hype. But the development just takes too long. And then Gunzilla, something like this, right? I think I did strategic on Gunzilla through a lucky opportunity, like a sneaky opportunity. But I saw like the confidential gameplay trailer, right? Like
I have a story for that.
And I mean, like it looked amazing, right? Compared to other things like the whole jumping, the rotating as quick, the quality. But then again, look at the vesting, right? And I feel like that also says a lot in terms of how the project is structured and what they're trying to do. Because I think it's like 2% TGE, 12-month cliff, and then 24 months linear, something like this, right? So it's quite crazy from what we normally see. And now we spoke, or I asked you last week about Decimated, right? The Solana-based shooter. Of course, Steam told them they cannot launch on Steam, which was a huge issue because they wanted to launch on Steam. And now they are doing a land sale, which wasn't in the original white paper and also not in the second white paper. So again, a cash grab, bridge hype, because now they need to fund their own platform, right? And all of a sudden they need cash. The IDO has already happened. It feels like panic. And I feel like this is what makes the game implode, right? The community loses trust at the center. Because of course the Solana gaming is not as developed as the other blockchains yet.
Yeah. No, I Decimated. I followed. It's actually a pretty good score, and but I think I don't know all these space games. It's too much. Like every game, Cyrus, Startless, Decimated. There's more. They look all the same. I don't know. It's like for me, it looks all have some of the spaceships, robots, and I really don't know. Like Delusium looks also the same. So it's like, what's the key feature here? You know, with these games, this I cannot see that. It's really, we make the deep analysis on that, but there is not really, as long as you don't know the gameplay and if you don't know like the mechanics, like how the economy works, it's so hard to say if these games are good or not. Like from gameplay wise, yes, but we're talking about play to earn or play and earn. You know, it's like for us, these games need to have kind of this factor. I don't need a game like where you can play and then and then maybe you can find with chance like super little like an NFT and maybe you can sell it. Like that's not attractive for the players. If it's like really like World of Warcraft, addictive, and you can make a little buck on it, just that your time you invest is not for granted, you know, that you have a return, then it's good. But I don't see it yet with these games. Yeah, like really Decimated. The only thing, like the other Solana game, Cryo War. For me, Cryo War will be booming.
That's my favorite game. We spoke about it today on Discord, actually, in our Discord.
I see. Yeah, Cryo War mobile. If you check the website, and maybe we can go on the website.
Yeah.
Because
But it's simple. That's what I like about it. I like about that it's simple. Everybody can understand the game. The demos they've shown so far looks good. I actually have an access key to play. They sent me one after I made a
Really?
video. Yeah, you
Yeah.
want it?
Yeah.
You can buy it. No,
So here,
I can give it to you.
See, and they're promoting heavily already the mobile feature, because there is the masses. You know, it's like we have 3 billion players in the world, and 2.5 are mobile, like connected. Like, and it's like getting all the developing countries on, getting, you know, like scholars or whatever, like everybody, like a little game you play in the subway, you play, you know, wherever, you know. That's like, from an economy side, this is like a super smart move, and advertising this here, and really, it's also Unreal. It's also built Unreal Engine, because the phones can just have become more and more stronger. You know, the characters look sick. Yeah. For me, Cryo War, and they not have the Animoca
Again,
like
yeah.
everywhere. No, but the cap table is also good. The backers, yeah. Alameda, Solana Fund, of course, because everywhere basically is Solana Eco Fund is basically the incubator from Solana. So do you get a grant? They will help you really to integrate everything in the blockchain. They're super helpful, Solana. Yeah, when we talk to them, they also basically want to incubate. So while we had our 2 games, yeah, the Vigilance and Bibbits, and they already like reached out if we can integrate. And I think it fits, because Solana looks a little bit for the cyberpunk. I don't think it's futuristic for me, you know, like the Solana logo and all the everything around. And
do you think Solana has a place going forward? Because what we see is definitely Star Atlas basically being the biggest market cap game. Other than that, you got basically Monkey Ball League, you got Cryo War, well, you got Soul Chicks is on there. But other than that, it's not really anything special just yet.
I think it's just because other stuff may be more convenient, you know.
Yeah, why would that be? Because I see, so BSC Polygon definitely, but we still see games launch on Ethereum, for example. Why would they choose Ethereum over Solana, do you think?
Yeah, but then they launch on Ethereum, but they're like maybe off-chain, you know. So it's like, because you cannot compete versus the transaction fees, you know. But for layer 2, so I think most projects, because all the blockchains who are EVM compatible, and this is basically all the Ethereum and layer 2s, let's say Binance, Polygon, to name the major, Avalanche, Arbitrum. So you can have basically, it's so easy to integrate everything with EVM compatibility. And maybe this is something what people want to keep as an option, because if you go Solana, you're Solana. That's it. You know, there's nothing. And if you on the other blockchains, I mean, there is already like launch pads, for example, our launch pad as well. We don't offer Solana in the beginning, and it's just basically, and we had the call today with all the participants in our launch pad. Basically, what you do, you bridge. I mean, you collect the funds. Yeah, I mean, like a substitute token. You sell that one, and then it's basically it will be all transferred to Solana. You know, it's like, it's a little bit. It's possible. It's actually super simple. It just need to be a little bit tech adjustment. And we talked today to OKX, basically, for example, to implement their blockchain, EVM compatible or easy. It's just a few lines of code, and that's it. It's like really, and you basically integrate another blockchain. So that's the cool thing with basically when you're outside of Solana.
Basically, the whole Solana gives like the benefit of the first movers still there, right? The first in the pool, but it comes with the con of being a little bit more isolated currently.
Yeah, but I think the Solana wallet, the Phantom wallet, for example, is super cool. I mean, it's like really like easy to use. You have even visuals in the wallet. That's what I really enjoy. I think it's super fast. They have also very good DeFi protocols. The marketplace beside OpenSea, I think NFT market in Solana is huge. I think I don't see others. I mean, I'm not talking about LuxRare. I'm just talking about Ethereum or other blockchain. I see something on Cardano, but this is like, for me, is like super outside of any GameFi projects. There's even like 5 projects Cardano will. Yeah, you can buy Cardano will land, and there's project. I think land is super interesting, and especially to get it early. If you saw NFT Worlds, did you follow that?
No, I think GC, our main NFT fanatic, did spam our community, and I chose to ignore it as per usual. My bad. But yeah, I've been looking into more the NFTs lately. Just because the bearish pattern in the market, I've been doing some NFT flips. It's been going really well. But yeah, GC did mention it early. What do you, I haven't looked at it at all. So if you could give us a little intro, what is it about?
Yeah, so NFT World is basically, it's, if you know Minecraft, yeah, then basically you can, this is a Minecraft world. It's, and the thing what is not, what you don't know here is because it's nowhere advertised, really. Like, if you go on the Twitter, I will go there. So there is the world token as well. So you can stake now your land. And there is, basically it's a Minecraft world. So you can play, with this Minecraft graphic, what this looks like, almost like a sandbox. And this is, if you check, Minecraft was like, I don't know how many millions people is playing them, like 15 million people, like daily, like this is like crazy. Minecraft is I hate it because it's like so looks so shitty, but it's like really like, and when I heard it in November, so we followed NFT World in November, it was, I think, 0.6 ETH. Let me check you on the, let's say, last year. Yeah, it was here in November. Yeah, it was like 0.1 ETH. Yeah. And now the all-time high, I think, from the average sale price was 18 Ethereum. And we're looking at the floor from 9.39 now. Yeah. So definitely there's a lot ongoing on NFT
and
world.
if you would stake it, how would the monetization go? So somebody wants to use it to build something on your game or your land?
You can purchase, basically. You can hire someone who will basically build something on your land. And I checked the prices. They've been actually cheap. I think, I mean, compared to what they built, it's huge. Yeah. Where I can find this again, because like, it's like huge. It's like a whole theme park, a whole island. Like the Kongs, they have already a land there, Cyber Kongs. Yeah. And man, there was like a preview about all this. And here, see, it's like MetaCrafter. Yeah. And this is basically, they open Council of Kongs. I think this is the word. I'm not pretty sure. I see here, this is how.
And it's basically built on NFT Worlds, but it's like a game then in that case.
Exactly. So each NFT world is basically just a piece of Minecraft where people, what can be huge empires, yeah, and and then there is basically the people can then play for this here world token, yeah.
Okay.
And then let me check this word manager. I really don't know. I never did it. Like here, you need to connect your land. Sorry, I'm not prepared for that.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Super good insights. But
it's cool, like, definitely. I see the potential. about what could be done. I'm just thinking about, like, that's why I always, even with the land, like last week when I asked you all these questions about Sandbox and Mana, specifically about the monetization aspect of it. Okay, so we buy the land, then we build something on it. How do people actually log in and like this? Is it all through NFT Worlds, or is it like you need to code like your own login and shit, or?
I'm not pretty sure. I didn't log in, but I didn't have time to make
Because
research
you
here.
can basically build your own mini game like this, right?
Yeah, exactly. See here, this is a freaksing guild. So basically, someone you can hire them, and they're building like this huge world for you. And then I think through Minecraft you can kind of log in there. I really have no clue, but Minecraft announced that they're going heavy in NFT. And see, this is, if Minecraft is an NFT, there's like so many like no-brainers coming into the space. And kind of, yeah, you can again here farm this world token. And here's even says Ethereum you can here farm soon. Yeah, like, and the update is from March 3.
Right. Oh, somebody's saying you log in through the standard Minecraft client. Thanks, Crypto Winter. That's nice to at least know how that works.
Okay,
So basically, in this case, would you be able to, I don't know, I'm just firing the questions at you. If you don't know, that's fine.
Yeah.
But would you be able to then let a developer build a world, right? And then it's basically Minecraft based, right? And then sell NFTs for this mini game? Or is that not possible? Basically build on top of it.
That's really, I don't know, but it would be the next level of like what Sandbox is doing. You can build on the land, and then you can create NFTs and you can sell them. You know, like based on your theme park or world what you created.
Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm going to buy some NFT worlds. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
But yeah, definitely cool. It's like they basically offer the entire foundation, right? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, when it's like for me it was clear when because I know Minecraft, and there are gonna be like so many people going into that. You know, it's definitely it's. So that's why I was super bullish on NFT world. And it's at the end, you know, all this stuff. I mean, us as a guild, of course, we're looking for, let's say, more matured games than this one. But still, it's like a game. So it's from our side, it's good to invest, you know. And there's also, we're getting more and more, let's say, traction. Like, for example, here, Dropp, they got a very early call. If you want to buy land, we bought some, yeah. And a lot of guilds been asked to get in. And yeah, so this is, I don't know if you heard about Dropp. Dropp is on Solana, and they have a really good backing also. And basically the you can own like buildings here, you know. And of course here's Animoca. Yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, Dropp is I think super interesting. And let's go to the website, because there you can pre-register to get the land. At the moment, we don't go through the white paper now, but yeah, so this is now, they're selling plots of Los Angeles. And then you can basically, it's going to be an AR, VR world. Yeah, there's here a little bit the ecosystem explained. Here's the land drop at the moment. Selling, renting, then you can kind of here build on it, 3D. Here's the AR part. So, and this is already like going forward AR. So they are like actually also like play to earn now. AR is also like super early, and they have already huge partners. So if you think like just from when we talk about following again, we have Jake Paul with freaking 20 million on Instagram and 70 million on YouTube. Then here Benji, 30 million on YouTube, and here this Sakcho with 13 million. These people are supporting Dropp. Yeah. So and then backing 3 Arrows, Alameda, Genblock, Spartan, Defiance Capital, Animoca Brands. It's like massive, you know. And I think it's super interesting project. And also the designs what they have for the buildings is very cool. Yeah. What I showed here in the other day, the before, like, it's super interesting to get piece of land from Dropp. It's a long-term play. I think, especially some of the like this project, it's definitely a long-term play, but it will pay off. Yeah.
And when you say long-term, how long is that? Is it like 2 years, 5 years? Are we talking 10 years?
No, 10 years is too long. But I mean, I didn't dive too much into it. I take really I see AR, and I know it takes time. Yeah.
Right.
So because AR, to develop a whole freaking Los Angeles AR and you jump in, it takes time. You cannot develop that over time. But I believe that as more, and this is the same with Sandbox, because this world is living from external or from traditional partnerships. Let's say Sandbox, big hit was Adidas, Warner Music, like all these partnerships will be super, super important. So they have no limitation. So even the development takes a long time, but that doesn't matter for them because they make a new partnership, they build the building ASAP, and then it's going the next partner, another partnership. And then it's like, for me, Dropp looks more like the first AR possible space beside other worlds, and we have on Sandbox, we have a few more actually going in that direction. Yeah. There we can actually go stats. And then virtual worlds, there was one very interesting, but again, Dropp, for me, I mean, I'm a vegan, okay? Like when it's NFT land, it's like, I go in, but I definitely would go. If you have the possibility, no problem here. Three verse plots, I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm following that one actually since a long time.
Yeah,
I think that one's interesting as well. Like, I'm not into the lands that much or keep up to date with it, but it's from Loopify, yeah? So I'm following Loopify, and that's why I think I'm following Treeverse as well, because it's his project, or at least he talks about it a lot on Twitter. And he's like, basically his nice sarcastic voice about every project.
Yeah, that's true. No, but and there was one more, I cannot find it here. It's kind of, they're selling at the moment like planets. So the planet's already on OpenSea. The minting is over, but the reveal was not yet. And this also, it's a huge game behind that. And
what do you think about the Apeiron planets? That's coming up soon.
Yeah, that's the one, I think.
Oh, yeah? All right. Yeah, I spoke with Frank the other day.
What's the can you maybe share the screen about that?
Yeah, but I don't think it's live yet, so I got it. Let me just hide my adult material. Then I'll share it. Okay, so it's called Apeiron NFT.
Apeiron. Yeah, okay. This is if we had the Twitter space recently with them. Pretty cool game.
Yeah, I listened for 5 minutes to your Twitter space, and then I realized it was exactly the same write-up Frank told me. It took him like 36 minutes, but it was insightful, but a little bit boring sometimes. Let me see, because the whole game is definitely interesting, but I think the whole how they layered it, right? It's definitely, maybe it's this one. So it's the codex, and then out of this come the planet, right? Yeah, it's this one. And this is the first sale that's going to happen soon. But there's only 12 of these primal cores, right? This is like the foundation and everything. But I just think the game itself is, with the good and bad. So basically, the minions, if you treat them well, they will treat you like a good god, and if you treat them bad, treat you like a bad god. I don't see like infinite amounts of gameplay in this, right? I think it becomes quite boring quite quickly.
But there's also kind of an arena battle. It's not all, yeah. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, like, that's like the foundation, right? I'm sure they will build upon this in the future, right? Like
Yeah.
extend it. But like, I think that the main part, and I don't know how long that would take, but when the actual godlike hand, right, the avatar that can change, right, if that comes into play and it has like a bigger influence over the game, I think it would be quite cool. The thing is, the tokenomics didn't really, and I'm like, from an investment, right, I'm not going to play this fucking game. Didn't make too much sense overall to me. But the thing I did like is that they're definitely focused on selecting the right paths, the right VCs, the right partners, and not really in a rush to push it, because they've been working on this for so long, or at least that's what the deck shows, right? 6 years. And then their team vesting is also 6 years. So there's definitely some dedication towards their own project. But yeah, for anybody interesting, Apeiron. A lot of community members brought it forward on our Discord as a potential nugget. But
yeah, I think so. And I found the planets I want to show. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Because this one is, it's I saw the planets and I was, you know, like, sometimes the visuals is like, no, it's not what I looking for. But when I dived a little bit more in, so I saw the planets, and then they had this like little gift thing here, and then I saw so many shitty projects. But you need to really to understand the full gameplay. You actually also on the website, you don't see everything. It's sold out. Basically, the planets looks pretty awesome. And if you go to the trailer, and it's like, it's not only like just a piece of planet, it's really it's a whole game behind that. See this, like that's now you're on the planet, and this is in-game graphic. So here, this is Savannah, this is the in-game graphic. And then I didn't expect it when I saw the planets. I was like, okay, I was like, this it's pretty solid graphic, and it looks like pretty advanced gameplay. Now there's also like you fighting monsters, so there's definitely more on these planets what we expect.
It's maybe like a little Fallout Halo hybrid.
Yeah, as you see, it looks really sick, and that's why definitely worth to buy planet. It's the only 10,000 piece of these planets, and for me, it's for that price, it's awesome buy. Before reveal.
When was the mint, or when is there like a scheduled reveal, or is it just like they're just gonna wait for it for a bit?
I didn't mean to, sorry, the dates. So I think the mint was here somewhere early March, and I need to check in the Discord when is the reveal, because here was only only Q1. So I need to check the Discord. But I think it's interesting. Yeah.
Definitely.
And now you see the hype in the beginning is a little bit off, and there will be another rush on sales definitely after the reveal. But you see the floor is going still down. So right before the reveal, maybe it's good to secure 1 or 2. I don't know, maybe 3. Depends on your mood.
Usually what's the rule with the NFTs? Always buy 3, right? For the NFTs, that's like the rule. Because if you buy 1, you can't sell them if it goes up. You have more choices buying 3. I think that's the NFT rule I saw the other day. But also makes sense. Where would you say in terms of these type of projects? Is it just mainly Twitter? Is it like referrals? Where do you get like these type of projects?
I mean, I'm researching a lot, because the good thing here is I'm in Bali. So like usually I'm the first to wake up. I do my research in the morning, all the news, and I like to research. It's like before I work or we started Unix, I'm always looking for the gems. Like that time it was not so heavy in NFTs, but like token plays. Now with NFTs, it's like I like NFTs even more, because it's easier. I think way more adaptable for masses, and then with this limitation part, I really enjoyed it, because and then if you know a little bit how to handle, let's say, the rarities, you know, what to buy. It's just a practice, right? It's like just another skill, a little skill. You don't need to be really, I know you offered someone, this is like 3 times or 4 times, I don't know, like one price, and then he accepted it. That's something I never have done in this case, but like identifying, let's say, a very good, and I'm not talking about floor, yeah? You talk about the rarity and then kind of a certain rarity for a very cheap price or a reasonable price. That's what we're looking for, right?
Right. Yeah, not the
like,
general floor, like, the floor for that specific rarity.
Yeah. So, and yeah, it's fun. I mean, and if you understand to read, and it's just really not that much what you need to look for. It's like really like on a daily base, put some alerts. Maybe, I don't know if you have in your Discord group like a floor alert, but this is always helpful, you know, like then it can jump, and it's about notification, being active, checking 3, 4, 5 times in a day, you know, some good catches, you know, like, because there's people impatient, you know, same in crypto, you know, you wait for the dip. And then it's just with NFTs, it's just a little bit easier. So that's why I believe, I mean, yes, we all want to, of course, get, for example, with final round and let's say having access then to first round tokens. That's definitely makes sense, you know, financially. But for me, the future is completely in NFTs and assets.
The NFT space.
Yeah,
it's
because
just difficult to put it into practice, right? Because I've been working with the Neo Tokyo outer identities, right? Because I was on the citizens before. Now the outer identities are being uploaded on in 2 days. So the 13th on Sunday, and you see a lot of traction at that point, right? Just before the actually upload is about to occur. But I can't imagine, like, that's only like 4 collections that I'm following. I can't imagine following like 25 collections all the time, with all the different rarities that they have, right? So I know the floor of almost all the rarities top of my head. So when I look at it, I know like, okay, this is a good one to place bids on. And I'm the undercut guy, right? So even if the floor is, let's say 12, now the floor is 9, I will bid 7, right? I'm that kind of guy. But that's like where I see the automation opportunities, right? So software that can basically take away paper hand king. You know it, that's me. I punish the paper hands. I think the automation. Fun fact, actually, maybe some alpha information, because I know Andy asked about track digits, right? We're actually releasing next week a major update, and I'll be sure to show everybody here on our call as well. I did a little recap yesterday and some thinking, but that's like one of the things we're building. So after we build the vesting tracker, we'll build an NFT tracker, right? With like floors, alerts, and then like automated bids is something that I'm looking for, because like placing these bids is a fucking nightmare as well. Just doing like hundreds of bids takes like hours, and if you could spree like 1,000 bids on the NFTs that you want, but then again, liability and everything. But yeah, definitely cool. In terms of the worlds, I will definitely look at it. Is there something else you would like to cover today, Mirko? I'm just looking at the clock, yeah, like always sharp.
Sorry, I don't have. Wait, let me quick get to my.
Because you said an hour, so I was like, let me keep you to that hour.
we scheduled for. He's not yet online, but so I told him be in 10 minutes.
Are you working throughout the night again?
Yeah, usually this is like I don't know. I like it because it's like it's dark here, so I have my peace. But at the end, it's like I'm already up since 5:30, you know, because then and now it's like Europe, US is up, and then that makes your day sometimes a little bit long, but that's all good. I enjoy.
So you wake up at 5:30 a.m. When do you get to sleep?
Midnight, roughly.
Damn, that's a little sleep.
But I take my 1 hour or 45 minutes in the afternoon.
Okay. Nap, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I was working in the cruise industry for 10 years, and always when you have if you let's say on the ship, then it's your schedule is like that. I don't know. It's like in my body. It's like I cannot sleep long anyway. So
Yeah, that's good. I feel like also like the thing is I can't sleep long, so I will wake up at like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., but I can sleep early. So like
no.
I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. I went to bed 8:45 p.m. because it's like the whole thing. And I had a AMA with Hypercent the other day, and the founder, said something quite interesting. He said it's not necessarily about the hours you spend at work, but more so, of course, what you do in those hours. Right? I really got me thinking because
I
sometimes I
just
just
was
sit
about
here.
to say that because I'm usually not exhausted, but you have, for example, days where the whole day is packed with conversations you have to make, decisions you have to make, and it's not in your interest. But if your whole day is packed with all these I'm super exhausted in the evening, you know. But if I have, let's say, the day is spread, let's say, with 60% fun, like what I'm enjoying anyway, you know, research, and then, you know, expanding on our business, having positive calls, you see
Digits Club
progress.
AMA, yeah.
Exactly. And then it's just like, if you build, like, if you have like during you the day a lot of stuff what you don't like, but you always keep up doing stuff what you like, then it's a good mix, you know. But again, like, it's like crypto, especially like in our case, we have so many things what is just happening, especially when you have a token. Man, I whoever want to plan to make a token, be careful. Let's talk first, because it's really, you get married, and it's something you can, there's so many things you need to do, you know, about the token. It's really not, there's so many business beside that, and there's nobody tells you that in the beginning, you know. Or you need to charge, or they charge like 5% of your total supply, or 4, or something like that. And this, yeah, this is like, what if there's advisors, the big ones, they
Yeah.
will charge, they charge it usually. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they bring you, it's like basically the same thing as a good accountant,
But you know that
right?
you don't know that, you know.
Yeah,
And then this is
yeah,
the first advice you get. Fuck the advisors, they don't do anything. Yeah. So, oh
yeah.
wow. You know. And then it's like someone we had actually from the Ember Sword, the CEO, and he wanted to bring his friend from Sky Vision. It's also like a legal fund. Usually they do the legal. They did the legal for Axie Infinity and Sandbox and so on. So they want both, each of them 2.5%. You know, for what? I was like, what can they do for you? I mean, they can tell you do this, do that, but at the end you need to still do it yourself. You know what I mean? It's like they don't help it. It's like, it's a question. Are you really wanna do that? Like in our case, 5% total supply. Yeah. For
Right.
advisory. Like, and this way, Delphi Digital. So they take 25% in each round plus equity. Otherwise you don't get them, you know. And it's really how hard you want to sell yourself up front. You know, if you think you can make it yourself, okay, you know,
Right.
but it's really difficult. It's really hard
Well,
to
I can
decide
imagine
that.
if you're like a new project coming from like the more conservative space, right? Entering crypto, you have barely any connections. Then
Yeah.
basically they will bring so much opportunity, right? And it will be worth it down the line. But if you already have launched projects before, you have the connections. It's like a way
It's
off,
so, yeah,
right?
it's so much easier if you know someone. I tell you, like, if I mean, we knew a lot of people, we had the connection to Delphi, but Delphi is busy with Yield Guild and all the other projects. So the reply for the meeting, and we followed up like several times, the reply was like, I think was like 10 days or 11 days before our launch. And then usually the decision-making process takes a month or so. And
Right.
then, I mean, it's like, okay,
Like real
because we,
corporate structure.
yeah, usually all the big VCs, you not get them under a month. You know, they make heavy due diligence, like everything. Like you need to have a proper valuation. Like they're asking everything. What's good? I mean, it's nothing what you should have anyway, right? But the thing was, like, our decision that time with Delphi was, are we going to launch? You know, because all indicators said that there is a change in the market. And then we decided, okay, let's launch. And then really like, I think we finished 28th of November. And then I think December 4, it flipped. So it was a good decision, you know, like, so Delphi would help us in a bear market, you know, so it was good. We don't have them now. We still have connections. We're in the same discussion group with them. So it's still good. And it's interesting. Yeah, for me, it's still like one of the best VCs because they're really, really supporting if it's about tokenomics and so on. But also
where
a
they're
little
from?
bit. Jan, I think he's from UK. They're in UK, but I'm not sure. No, but it's mixed. They are not everywhere. I can be wrong. Yeah. Yeah, and we will meet them again, all of them on permissionless in Miami. And I don't know if Blockworks event. So Blockworks, Coinbase, and Bankless. We're going to be there. We are platinum sponsor, and basically we showcased Vigilance. What I showed you, where I posted the video, I think. In the group.
Yeah. We seen it.
Yeah. Vigilance, and then our marketplace, because the marketplace is what we think is the next step of guilds. I mentioned it quickly in the other AMA, but today we had a call with IVM Labs. This is a developer company from Switzerland, and they worked with Lava Labs. Lava Labs is CryptoPunks, yeah, the who invented that. So basically, it's the we call it the decentralized guild, yeah. So, and it's basically a marketplace that the target audience is larger NFT portfolios and basically all the scholars or the people who want to play these NFTs. But you have also, and this is a target. So the interesting part of IVM Labs or the company we're working with is that the chief strategy officer of Gary Wiener NFTs, he is basically the CEO of that company. And he is a super techie, and him and the IVM Labs, we building the marketplace together.
Is this the marketplace you referred to as Guild Killer the last time?
Yeah, exactly. So,
because that's what I remember. That's like the thing that
exactly
stuck with me, of course.
Yeah, and here I send you in that's XO Allen. So he's the CEO, CSO of Wiener NFTs. And he is basically like, yeah, he had minted CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, and so on. He's like the genius of the NFTs. So basically with him, so we coming in with the guild side, what we need in the guild side, and he is bringing more like from the blue chip side, like also IVM Labs. They are like super on NFT. They're owning bunch of Meebits and many, many more. And what we're looking at is basically a platform buy, sell, regular, yeah, plus rent. So let's say the idea is you have a CryptoPunk, for example, or Bored Ape, and there's a party, yeah, Bored Ape party, and and there will be more NFTs like that, you know, like Gary, we have an NFT with an
for the restaurant,
exactly, Flying Fish Club. So you don't have the NFT, so you rent it, yeah, you pay some X, and that's for, let's say, NFTs with no utility but with a high value, for example, with any like prestige or status. And then we coming in as expert on the gaming side, and basically also adding the leasing function, yeah, because I believe, let's say, for example, I have Nifty League, yeah, this is like a little, they have a play to earn game, and they, but I'm a collector, yeah, I'm not playing really the play to earn games of these NFT collections. So, and actually there's a lot of them where people are not really utilizing them. So we even having the leasing function that, let's say, Alan, you, or whoever have NFTs can lease them out to anybody who will enter basically that marketplace. And the leasing is upfront for free. Yeah, just only when you earn returns, basically, then there is kind of whatever percentage you adjust on in your dashboard, basically, you know, when you set the price, and it's the same on leasing. Instead of price, you set the percentage, and then this split is going to take place basically on NFTs. And this is something, I mean, we already built or have the marketplace built. We just now working on the function about the leasing. How does, because there's like technical challenges, and this is, for example, I mean, if you have an NFT, you don't want to give it to someone, right? So,
Of
and
course.
we need to work on the basically how the other wallet or the user can have access. And the only way at the moment is basically to a wrapper, so a wrapped NFT, what basically is a duplicate. But here it comes again, and then that's what we start pitching soon to all the games we're already talking to, basically that they accept our wrap. Yeah, this is the thing. So they need to accept our wrap, and then it's okay. Then
otherwise, it's not like compatible. The wrap is useless, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, you can
Like
create 1,000 reps, but if you cannot enter the game,
yeah.
So that's why we need to. He just replied he need 20 minutes, so I still have time.
Oh, good.
So it's basically it's an API would link to wallets, yeah, and then basically while you connect it, then the rep will be or the other wallet accepted basically the percentage, like bought it basically, but do the leasing button. So then he get the rep in his wallet, and then once we have, of course, the partnership with the game, then he just can actually log in into the game and play. And now you need to think like, because on blockchain space, that's a guild, they have basically a guild summary on Axie Infinity guilds. You know how many we have? 11,000. And this is maybe not even the dark number, because maybe not all registered. Yeah, 11,000 guilds, and we have maybe 10 with a token. Yeah, so how all these guilds, they don't have funds. Yeah, maybe someday they just building up an NFT portfolio. But let's say now you have an NFT marketplace where, let's say, a 10 million portfolio available, and all these players can just dock in, lease, and that's it.
Right.
You know, so that's
makes them
totally
redundant, basically.
So now let's say Pantera, all the big VCs, do they still need to invest in guilds? No. I would now, as a VC, I would give, let's say, whatever, like 1 million, 2 million, however you want to invest, buy my own NFTs, drop them in the marketplace, and then plug in just the players, you know? So this kind of solution is definitely, it's you need to build a lot of connection. It costs a lot of marketing to get it more popular. But this what we see is the next evolution. Yeah. And now on the fee structure side is basically we take a fee, or, you know, like, let's say you have 100% cut, right? 50%, let's say the scholar, and 50% the owner. Yeah. And then let's say we take 5% for the marketplace, but we don't cash it out, or we put it like looks rare in staking roots. No, we buy more NFTs. So you're building up in that marketplace an NFT portfolio, and then slowly you become like the owner of the NFT. And then instead of 5%, basically you can have, depends on the game, of course, a 50% share, because you're building up the NFT portfolio of the marketplace. Again, it's not to make the marketplace richer. And that's why we were thinking about like how to get the games in. And then it's like, okay, now let's say you have a 50% cut, you incentivize the game that they accept you, and they can basically earn while they. So this was basically a little bit our link. But it's saying we working on the pitch. We have the tech solution with the wrap is there. We're building now to basically make the interface on the marketplace. Maybe even the marketplace is already for testing, maybe already in 3 weeks time. I'm not, I can't guarantee. Okay. 1 month, yeah, because
in that case as well, if let's say they do a public mint and the mint doesn't get sold out, they would just dump all their leftover NFTs onto the marketplace. because they can monetize them themselves, or there's no
For
reason
example,
to even.
yeah, or a game could actually put the NFTs there, you know, whatever is not sold, and then people can monetize it. Or let's say a game want to make an alpha test. So they said like, hey, we have 1,000 NFTs. Yeah, with these NFTs, you have access to our alpha, plus you get 100% on the token. So they don't need to talk to guilds to make an event or whatever. No, all this hustle is gone because you send them to the marketplace, the people lease the NFT. That's it. Problem solved. You know, it's gonna be eliminate so many barriers of, you know, really connecting the player with the NFTs, and it's massive opportunities for investors. Like if you want to monetize your NFT portfolio, but you don't have you don't want to run a guild and deal with all this payout and all that stuff, go to the marketplace, you know, drop your NFTs. Yeah, you're still the manager. And then take the idea, that's what I mentioned in the other AMA. Yeah? Let's say it becomes casual, okay? So if you're just starting with NFTs, yeah, you don't have a heavy pocket. Yeah, like I believe all of us, we are like already longer in the space and we are very investment orientated.
Right.
But let's say we talked about status. So NFTs are fashion, right? Oh, I have a Bored Ape, I have a disto punk, whatever. Yeah. And then you have now 3 little employees somewhere on the other side of the world, basically, and they monetizing the NFTs. People will tell I have 3 employees, you know, they will not say it. You know, that's what people will say. And that's cool. Oh yeah. Hey, can I do? Yeah, just go to pick your NFT, pick them, and it's like, you know, it's so easy, you know, and you started a mini business. Yeah. And it's like thinking like, I mean, I'm super convinced about the idea. I mean, I still need to get it a few times, pitching it to several people that I get like the right questions. Yeah.
Right.
And then how the games will react, you know. And yeah, get a little bit experience, you know, what is the other side, if you're a game side, what is their thoughts. Yeah, because we will not get Xe, why they would lose such a big market share, because they're living from the marketplace. Yeah,
right.
4.25% they made, I think, on their peak times in back in June, July, August, they made like freaking 300 million in a month. Yeah, just from the marketplace fees. It's insane, you know. And it's sad actually, because everything went into the treasury. I mean, it's good now for example, the staking rewards. It's like will be like, I wouldn't say infinity, yeah, but it's building up the pool and so on. Yeah, but they could have, for example, put more into burning, you know, burning SAP or burning tokens. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what you do with it. If your marketplace make 300 million or OpenSea, you cannot even, I don't even know what OpenSea, what goals they have, you know, what is their goal?
I think the goal is ultimately to do a big IPO cash grab, I think, for the centralization part of it. I think that's maybe the ultimate goal of the founders, basically secure their #1 position and be the bridge between the decentralized world and the centralized world as the first mover, because I feel like they're leaning more into the central space anyway, and they will be the ones that will survive the regulations, I feel like, because they're so big and they're already so rooted with like US government input, right? So when the regulations come that would destroy, let's say, other marketplaces, they can survive because they just lobbied their way for years with the money that they have.
Yeah.
Interesting. But what if the regulations never come? That's the other side of things. Then they wasted their momentum.
Yeah, who knows?
But the regulations will come, definitely.
Yeah. We had this, like we are in Switzerland, be happy, you know, no headache.
You don't think in terms of, because of course the incorporation in Switzerland, that means a lot, but your right to operate in other countries in terms of customers, don't you think there's like external influence on that as well?
In Switzerland is pretty easy, and Switzerland is basically, they have one rule. It's like, if it's decentralized, then it's legal, because there's no person behind it, you know, who make transactions.
Right, but like more so saying like, let's say US puts up regulations in regards to, let's say crypto is no longer allowed or whatever, right? Then they would basically just shield the entire US of the internet portion of that. And no matter you're in Switzerland, they still cannot access your marketplace like that. I mean, like from the other way around. It's like inevitable, right? In such a case.
Yeah, I mean, we can that's speculations on how this all goes. I mean, we have of course made our thoughts on many ways how the whole, you know, the market goes. I believe US is still, and there's so many like people who fighting against, but I think that there's so much movement. Miami is so open for crypto, and then other parts of US as well. It's a just, you know, it's like people don't like what they don't understand.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think
And
I
once
agree with this.
and once this is like a little bit like more and more, and you know, like there's so many people. If you check there was a nice, I forgot which article it was, that it's like all the big players from or it was like financial from the government of US or large US companies. They're now all working for crypto companies, you know, like advising them, you know. It's like, so there's like I mean, they are not at the current government, but I saw that in some article, and it's interesting because, and that's the way.
Yeah, kind of feel like, I mean, when the people understand, or at least the people with the old money, those are usually the ones to bark against the whole crypto decentralized stuff, or the people that need centralized information to make more money. Once these people realize that they can still make money and or more money with the whole Web3 kind of thing, they will adjust. Right, because basically they're just trying to protect themselves from the fear of losing their position of power. I think that's primarily it. And like you just said, once these major CEOs, CMOs start to switch into this space, they have huge followings as well, right? So we talked about the streamers, but also the political figures can you do huge things. GC is saying that the children right now coming up exposed to crypto, they will basically maybe in 10, 20 years from now teach us things about this space, because that's one thing that I do notice, that we never, or at least I never believed that when I taught my parents about, internet, online banking, then it went to crypto. We were fast, right? We were nifty with everything. We were quick. But now I'm almost 30 and I'm starting to get slow, right? I understand everything, but how can this kid who's only 14 understand the blockchain faster and better with me when I have so much business experience and everything? It's just, they're eager to learn, and they don't, I think I had an argument with somebody the other day. They don't focus on the risk. They focus on the potential. Right. And we as business owners focus primarily on the risk, reducing the risk. Yeah, I'm an old man getting slow. That's right. But yeah, the risk is obviously always there. But the technology and the power it offers. We had a argument over the Kadena blockchain the other day. I see all kinds of problems with this, where some of these guys, they only see opportunity. And I think that's amazing, because this is a fountain of opportunity out there on most of these projects.
Yeah, I mean, I work here with, I still meet a lot of young people in crypto, and it's like, it's interesting. They definitely, I would say that it's a very strange community, especially like 18, 20. Yeah, like or 20, from 18 to 22 is like, it's like no risk, feeling for risk, like zero. Sometimes I feel like that I like suicide. Yeah. And then I'm talking financially, not like like they're jumping from buildings. I'm talking financially, like here I'm in Bali. I see people coming really with a plastic bag and nothing, a t-shirt and that's it, and it's like and then like what is your plan, and then they I don't know. They're asking the next person on the street, "Hey, can I sleep in your place just for one night?" Like stuff like that. I say, guys, when you coming here, you have no money, like only the flight ticket, the ticket, and then maybe like, I'm trading a little
I'll
bit.
figure it out.
Yeah, something is. I don't know. I cannot. I didn't never could live like that. I need my like. I'm very like like routine. Routines for me is like stability. Like if I miss my alarm in the morning, like if I sleep 1 hour longer, oof, I don't know. Like for me, the whole day feels like I missed something.
Mhm.
And yeah, with them, what I see here in Bali is sometimes okay. And especially here, everybody is either crypto, big in crypto, or self-made, a business, 6-figure business owner. It's like funny, you go to one place, there's like you try to. I did that in the beginning a lot, meeting here people, and then it's like everybody's like it's only talking, and this is something what luckily I met the right people. And I remember when you made the review about Unix, there was a few smart brains. Let's say, they had some crypto experience, they had some previous projects and so on. They've been on the deck, and they have basically 3 of them not with us anymore, because they basically have just, they have no, they cannot stay longer on one something like a month or 2. Then it's like they lose interest, and that's it. Yeah, there's no, they don't see responsibility and so on. And yeah, it doesn't matter if you're smart or do you have money. It doesn't matter. Like whatever you did, you had luck with whatever meme coin or whatever. I don't know how you get. So, and no, but it's yeah. And then we for us is very important, and to make progress is like really say something, do something, like, and I see it many times in crypto, really, like people like sitting for hours and talk, and yeah, this could be and that, yeah, but you don't do anything. You know what I mean? Do something.
Right.
Like why not? And I'm not saying make your own token. I'm not saying that, but like, I mean, like talk about, let's say, NFT Worlds, yeah, or let's make a session. Let's go really dive in and either purchase or not, like, or wait, maybe, like that's what I think, It's like,
I think like I see that in a small form as well. Obviously, with the whole like 6 figures e-commerce guys, Amazon FBA guys, like I've been through that. Like my original part is performance marketing in affiliate marketing, so that's even like also like a shithole of a industry. Everybody is trying to flex with money they don't have. But even in our Discord, we put up like, when you ask for a coin, right? What do you think about this? List why you're interested in it. What do you think about the actual coin? What you're asking it for a specific reason. Otherwise, what you get is, what do you think about Unix? What do you think about Cedify? What do you think about this? Like, that's so easy, but somebody else has to propose value, right? So somebody else is doing work for you. Why would they offer you that value if you can't even be bothered? Now, what you see, people are just extending the list. I think it's great because of this, but the pros are this and the cons are this. What do you guys think? And that's like the transcendence of value. But of course, like we now building on all the sides. So even with the Digits Club itself, as of yesterday, or I have to make the post today. Remember, you guys sent me way in the beginning some of the research reports, right? That Simon sent me from Unix. And of course, the Neo Tokyo research reports really inspired us. So we'll be pushing out with our community our own research reports. So that will be our gesture to you, Mirko. Every week, I'll deliver you PDFs with, say, Digits Club research report. And then hopefully we can contribute something to your research as well.
Yeah, I mean, but that's like, value is, again, what you said, like value is not only like, let's say, token or US dollar. It's like, that's what you give to the community back, and then what you create together. And dropping just a few names and then someone do the dirty work, this is something, but that's also, yeah, give and take, either contribute also actively and not only taking, because then in the long run, and that's why I think like it's good to have like people, open opinions, everybody's And I'm not saying there should be a reporting system, you know, this guy out. Yeah, but it's like, it needs to be kind of, I mean, we should address these things, you know, you want to have the right people in it. Like, of course, I mean, like participating, I think that especially nowadays, or especially with the young people is the problem. I think they're only taking, you know, they're not really contributing in a way. I'm not saying that for everyone, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Like, but I see that many times, like
I had a conversation with a 19-year-old yesterday, and it's not because he's 19, but it's like the potential, right? I asked him some questions. He gave me some good answers. I was like, let's hop on a call, right? Just 15 minutes, just like have a conversation what the potential is. And basically, I feel like these guys have so much, like no risk indication, what you said, but so much opportunity. They have time, they have passion, they understand things, but they have no structure, right? There's like no foundation. It's just like running around like crazy. It's like, hey, this is going to go to the moon. This is so being influenced by external factors. Whereas like if somebody with maybe it's more about experience, right? You got to go through it, you got to live it, and then just perhaps offer them some structure. They can do amazing things, right? But then again, the influence that they have, if all these, but that's what I think with Gary Vee. I think he's great. I think he's a genius, but it's like very mainstream, right? So whatever he proposes, you got to take with a little bit grain of salt, because there's always, he's a marketing guy at the end of the day, right? He's trying to sell his brand, build up his products. But yeah, definitely the younger audience, big potential, but without limitations really. And that's like a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
But it's like, I know consistency at the end is like what would make them successful, I believe. But yeah, it's like, again, like I think if you have enough patience, you can build up people, you know, if they let you basically mentor them or something like that. It's again, if you have time or not. I don't have time. And no, but I think, yeah, I'm really excited for Fridays, just to, by the way, because I think we have always interesting conversations. I hope also your community enjoying that. And yeah, if you guys want, I mean, maybe you, me, Colin, we can maybe prepare a kind of topic. We can maybe, for if land is, for example, interesting, we can really like, maybe we can meet this week, half an hour. We go through a lot of land projects, what I know, what you know, and then we just can run through for the community, and everybody can basically, it could be like a homework, you know, until next AMA,
right? Yeah,
something like that, you know. And then
that would be cool,
because I see massive opportunities in, yeah, for example, that would be also cool, a sign up sheet or something like that for the questions shows it. And then we can have also like the land ready. Then I don't stumble through Twitter and OpenSea, you know.
Yeah, I will ask Donovan to make a little bit of a structure. So he's in charge of the Digits Club now, so he can basically prep some assets there. Because indeed, we go from left to right, from the VCs to the land. I think that's what keeps it fun. But definitely, if we can have like a drill down session in terms of like one topic, that would definitely be dope as well.
Yeah, because at the end, what we do for our communities is also doing research, right? So, and we can do that together, like in the show, and then we can also like ask more like about opinions. You know, we can maybe drop some of the projects, like also the questions, like 84 hours before, and then we go in the show, and then like everybody is kind of prepared who's interested in that, and maybe even also from the community, there's more links what we can run through projects. We can go through teams. We can maybe aim for 2 hours time, I think. And then we have, I think, a very, very packed of value AMA.
Segment, definitely. I agree. I'll write it down.
Yeah, because like I made a video, 25 minutes, and I had like, I think 12 land projects in it. And it's like really, it's just like name them quickly. And there's more even like, but the most favorite, I think, Dropp today. Dropp, the planets, Mavia, what else? Yeah, and the NFT World. I think these are super, super interesting projects. Yeah.
Perfect. I appreciate it, as always. I will get Donovan on that, perhaps even first thing then tomorrow. Get that all prepped. Some structure would definitely be nice. We'll also make a calendar, so an AMA calendar inside the Discord, so we don't have to send out the links, that people know every week we'll be here moving forward. And it's a work in progress, right? So step by step, we'll make it happen. Anything else you would like to add for today, Mirko?
No, like a pleasure, like always. We're working hard on the launchpad, having a few.
Excited to see that.
Yeah, we DAO maker. We still need to get the signature done, so then we can finally officially announce that. Yeah, building with OKX, Chainlink, and yeah, having a few accelerator projects already. Yeah, it's a lot of ongoing. The white sand again.
Yeah, the white sand is
coming the white sand. Okay, I will check this white sand for you, because last time you talked about the white sand, I will definitely look at it. Yeah. No. Yeah. Anything for the did I send you the link for the launchpad? I mean, it's
from your launchpad.
Yeah, it's basically it's testing is done. And you can look at it. There's no real projects yet inside.
I haven't looked at I only checked the Unix yield this week.
Yeah, I can actually. I put it in the group. I share quick my screen. I think 5 minutes more or less doesn't hurt now. Yeah, so basically this is like the layout. We have ongoing sales, we have upcoming sales, we have the completed sales. If you click on them, because what I said, like that we have a decentralized launchpad, right? Where people can just like launch and basically the project. And there's some projects, they will be basically from us. And they are like having basically that you unlocked. Yeah. I don't know why it's not loading. Oh, yeah. This is only placeholders. Here's still Karmaverse. This one will be changed a little bit, but actually all is functional. We checked everything today, and yeah, this is how it will look like. Very simple, because we don't want to
clean.
distract.
I like it.
Yeah. Keep it simple. And then, that the user experience, is like super quick, because usually people like who have been on one launchpad, them. Like, there's nothing like everybody have a little bit perk here or there or some feature, but at the end, usually the launchpads, how they are designed or how the functionality is. So yeah, clean, simple, and yeah, then somewhere important is to highlight the partners, and yeah,
very big Digits Club at the top in neon colors, sparkling GIF.
Sparkling.
I'm very excited to see the launchpad, like when it comes together, the first sale. It's obviously one of the most, I think for any launchpad, one of the most exciting launches is the first one. Definitely to see how that goes. Have you decided on a project for the first launch?
It's more about so it will be either Meta Island or Cradles, and then it's the question just who want to launch first. It's like it's not up to us when they want to launch, so they need to set it. The market is shit. It's like nobody want to launch at the moment. It's like otherwise we would have a launch already, and we just now, because deadline was actually end of February, but we had more time now because everybody moved everything. Basically, so Cradles or Meta Island. Then we have a flash launch that's Snake City. Then we have the Elysium confirmed. We're waiting for the contract. Block Lords, and then we talk and hitting up actually now everyone already for the launchpad. So there's so many open conversations at the moment. Right. But we need to have basically DAO maker confirmed, and then really it's like more easy to convince them. It's like. For us, then
get some power behind the brand.
Yeah, And even it's like getting traction in the beginning. Let's say if we launch, let's say 10 projects co-launch with DAO Maker, we will have a huge exposure because of that. You know, like there is no point for us, or let's say there's no really much more a win if we launch it alone or together with DAO Maker, because for us it's just about exposure. Yeah, because we are not only a launchpad, right? This is not our only revenue stream.
Yeah.
So for us, maximum exposure is the only goal what we have. So having then, and GameFi.org is also owned by DAO Maker. So we have basically these two where we can, or let's say like a triangle where we can launch games. So yeah, pretty good. I think it was super strategic fit. They love us as a team, so that's why we have them on our side. Hatu, the owner of DAO Maker, super guy, is very analytic. For him is play to earn is a scam. I mean, in the current state, but he's right. So he like, for example, games like Engines of Furies. That's what he like. Oh, now my date is online. Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Then I need to jump now.
Yeah, that's all good. We already went 45 minutes past. It's always a pleasure, Mirko. Like your insights are tremendously valuable. So that's why I love having you on here. Share some valuable context with us.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. And then talk next Friday. Yeah. And then we talk about land. If this is the topic, let us discuss it before, and then we have maybe a
perfect.
Cool session next time.
I will tag you on Discord with the update on that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers, Mirko. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.